Chemical bonding. First of all, we will say that in class 9, as far as the structure of atom is concerned, this is the second part of the structure of atom in class 9. As in case of the structure of atom, that already you have known about the inertness character. Inertness character. Inertness of atom. So we have seen that atoms does not exist independently, but however there are certain atoms like inert gas atoms, say for example that helium, neon, argon, all these are considered to be the inert gases. Inert gases or inert gas elements. So why they are inert? If we see the electronic configuration of helium, neon, argon, etc., in such cases we will find out the valence electrons, the number of valence electrons in case of helium, except helium, in case of neon, argon, xenon, krypton, radon, etc., that possess 8 electrons, and probably that possession of that 8 electrons gives the maximum stability to atoms, and such atoms are considered to be inert gas atoms, and they exist freely in nature. So therefore, this has been taken into consideration that possession of 8 electrons in their outermost orbit that gives the maximum stability to atoms. So therefore, this gives another concept of octet rule. As you know that according to the octet rule of an atom, possession of 8 electrons in that valence shell provides the maximum stability to atom, and in such cases atoms exist independently. But this is in case of only inert gases or the noble gases. But except that inert gases, all those elements are there. In such cases we will find out the atoms, they do not exist independently, rather they exist independently in case of the molecular form. Now let us take an example that in case of molecules like sodium chloride, if we will see that sodium chloride, this is a sort of molecule which comprises of 2 atoms. One is that sodium and the second one is chlorine. Similarly, when we used to write that the oxygen molecules O2 or nitrogen molecules N2, this also represents there exist 2 atoms, those which are combined chemically. So therefore, here another concept comes, that is your chemical bond. This exists, the chemical bond that exists between that either 2 dissimilar atoms or 2 similar atoms so as to form a molecule. In such cases we can say that this is a sort of compound molecule and this is only one elementary molecule. So therefore, whatever it may be one elementary molecule or a compound molecule, but however there must be some sort of electrostatic force exist between the atoms. As a result, they exist independently in the molecular form. Today we will discuss about this, the electrostatic force which exists between sodium atom and chlorine atom to give sodium chloride, oxygen molecules, nitrogen molecules, etc., which is otherwise known as chemical bond. Therefore, now we can define that chemical bond in one way, that chemical bond is a sort of electrostatic force. It is a sort of electrostatic force. So electrostatic force, and in such cases this force exists between either 2 same atoms, 2 or more same atoms, or two or more different atoms. So it is first of all, it is one electrostatic force which exists between either two or more same atoms or two or more different atoms, so as to show that the molecules formed can exist independently. So these are the key words where we can say that electrostatic force, it is first of all one electrostatic force, and this has to be exist between two or more same atoms or two or more different atoms, so that they will form a molecule which can exist independently. So what we have discussed electrostatic force. Now the question rises here that how this electrostatic force that exists. The electrostatic force can exist either in two forms. Number one, that either complete transfer of the electrons, there must be complete transfer of electrons, transfer of valence electrons, or it may be by mutual sharing, of valence electrons. So previously we have discussed that the electrostatic force or that exists either either between that the same kind of atoms, or it may be in two different types of atoms, and here we can say that electrostatic force or the force of attraction which exists between the valence electrons, this may be due to the complete transfer of the valence electrons. Valence electrons, as you know, that those electrons, those which are present in the outermost orbit of that of the atoms, or it may be due to that of the mutual sharing of valence electrons. So now on the basis of this type of electrostatic force, either it may be complete transfer or it may be due to mutual sharing. We are having two different types of electrostatic force, or say we can say in other words that two different types of chemical bonds that exist such as so on the basis of that electrostatic force, the type of electrostatic force, we have two different types of bonds. Actually, in practically we will say that there are three different types of bonds. But however, so far as this class 9 is concerned, we have to discuss between two different types of chemical bonds. So if we consider about the types of chemical bond, so we can say precisely that there exists one, that is your this electrovalent bond, and the second, that is covalent bond. But besides this, there are also certain compounds in which we will find out both these occurs, means that there may be some extent that the complete transfer of the electrons, and in some cases there will be the mutual sharing of the electrons, and therefore there exists another type, that is third type, that is your coordinate covalent bond. Coordinate covalent bond. So far as class 9 syllabus is concerned, we will discuss about this electrovalent and covalent bond. Later on in class 10 that you will come to know about that coordinate covalent bond. So electrovalent bond is that type of bond where the electrostatic force which exists electrostatic force that exists due to the complete transfer of electrons, complete transfer of valence electrons. Whereas, if we will see to that of the covalent bond, this is due to the electrostatic force which exists due to the mutual sharing of valence electrons. Now, the question may be rising here that how is it possible that there will be the complete transfer of these valence electrons? So please note it down.